Hi, everyone. My name is Professor Sarah Connor, and I will be your lab instructor for Bio 1615, the labs online this semester. Welcome to class. Thank you for registering. I'm excited to have you. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm going to actually walk you through Canvas and show you a couple of elements that you're going to need to know for the class this semester. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the requirements and restrictions and everything, not necessarily restrictions, but things that you're going to need to know for the semester. So we're going to start with your Canvas page. So when you log into Canvas, this is what it should look like. So you have different elements here. You have the right-hand side that shows you all of your assignments that are coming up that are due. This is an introduction, of course, for the assignments. And then this will give you links to certain things that are really important. And in a minute, you're going to find this video right here. So the introduction that we have takes you to a place where it kind of explains all of these elements on the left-hand side. So course syllabus, homepage, announcements, modules, all that stuff. So you can click into any of these links, or you can go right over here to syllabus, in which we're going to go now. We're going to go over the requirements for this class, and you can hit syllabus and it will pull up the syllabus for this semester. So here's my contact information. The best way to contact me is through Canvas. It goes right to my phone, so I can see when your emails come through, and I will reply to your emails within 2 business days. So office hours are not required. You will see those show up on WebEx. Make sure you're looking at it carefully via the lab versus your lecture. Make sure you're looking at those times. These are set times each week. So Tuesday is 11 to 11:30 p.m. or 11:30 a.m. Wednesdays is 5 to 5:30 in the afternoon, and then Thursdays is 4 to 4:30 in the afternoon as well. If these times don't match your schedule and you need to talk to me, we can always schedule something more personal to match your schedule. So, required courses, there's a couple things here that have been a little bit confusing today. I've seen a lot of emails. So there are 3 pieces that you have to have for this class. One of them is free, which is the access to the online virtual labs, which the passcode for that is actually right here. And then there's the textbook that is the College Biology Lab Manual, the custom edition, which is what SLIC actually has. It's at the bookstore, so you're going to have to check with them. And then the online lab manual for McGraw, which you actually have to purchase, and that one is about $60. So those pieces you need. If your books or whatever, if you're having some issues, let me know and we'll work something out. But again, you'll need 3 resources. One of them is free, and that's the online virtual piece, which I actually have the code right there for you. And then the online lab manual, and then the hardcover book, the textbook from the library, the SLIC bookstore. That is something that you don't have an ISBN because it's specially made for SLIC. So as far as college-wide outcomes, they're the same as all your other classes. We want you to be communicative and effective in doing that, think critically, all those good things. Course outlines, of course, we're working on all biology, everything biology. General policies for this class: attendance is required the first week, which is why we have the lovely syllabus quiz and the introduction pieces. So make sure that you do those things, or let me know what's going on so that you're not dropped. We have a lot of people that need to add this class, so if I don't hear from you or I don't see that you're engaged this week, you will be dropped. Incompletes, make sure that, or withdrawals. So if you want to withdraw with a refund, the last date to do that is June 2nd. And without a refund, the last date is July 2nd. It is your responsibility to drop yourself from this class, so make sure that you keep that in mind. All of the labs that we have in these classes will start on Monday, and they will run through Friday at 11:59. Again, we don't meet at all. It's not an in-class thing. Everything is online. You're doing that on your own unless you need help, and then that's what I'm here for. There will be no makeup-related assignments accepted after that cutoff at 11:59 on Friday night, due to the fact that you have all week to finish. So it will lock, and that's pretty straightforward. So make sure you give yourself time and then make adjustments for that if necessary. The next thing that we're going to look at is evaluation of grades. How does your grade come about? So this is a standalone class. You get a grade for this, and here's where your points come from. So again, all your weekly lab materials are available from 8 a.m. on Monday morning until Friday night at 11:59, and then it locks. So your elements that are going into these grades, you have the lab tutorial, the Canvas tutorial at the beginning of this week, and the syllabus quiz, which is 4 points of your grade. And then you have virtual labs, which contain all of the elements that we would normally do in class. There are 8 points each, and there's 12 of them, so that equals to 96. And then you have the 10 points for each of your post-lab reports, which equals 120, which altogether equals 400 points. And if you scroll down a little bit on your Canvas account, it will show you where your points are coming from and where your grades are derived from. So for our schedule, basically, there are no final exams and there is not a midterm. Basically, your grades come from the elements that I just described. So you're not going to have a big test at the end. It's just quizzes, labs, and post-labs. And then this gives you all of the elements that we will be discussing and reviewing as we go through the semester. So a couple of other things appear on your lovely little list. So WebEx, again, is where you would click to get into the meeting with me. If you need to talk to me during office hours, it asks for an email. It'll give you a prompt and have you set up a WebEx. And then you can get into the WebEx, or I'll send the piece to you when those are set up. The other thing that you'll want to look at is modules. So modules is where everything is pretty much well organized. So here is how to navigate Canvas, and then there's your quiz for this week, the mandatory one for showing that you're there. And then of course you have all of the objective pieces for the microscope lab that you're doing this week, what you're supposed to do, and it gives you a list of all of the elements that you need to complete for the lab. So you're reading exercise 3, which is in that custom edition, and then completing the virtual lab with the lab book that you're supposed to purchase. And then the virtual labs that you're actually, those are the free ones where you're getting in and you're actually doing the lab online. You'll complete your and submit your post lab, which is 10 points, and then your microscope quiz, which is 15. So that gives you an idea, first of all, what the objectives are, what the things you should be learning in that lab is, and then what things you need to complete for the week. And then you can always go back to modules again, and there's the quiz, there's your question and answer discussion board. If you have questions and answers, you can do it there, especially if you want to ask questions from your fellow students. Here are your virtual lab pieces, and those won't show up until you actually are connected to McGraw. And then there is the microscope PowerPoint and a transcription of that PowerPoint so you can see it. And then of course, there's a couple copies for you if you need them. So this is where you can find everything, and the dates are above it so you know which ones are which. The other piece, McGraw-Hill. So when you go into McGraw-Hill and you click on that link, it takes you to this page right here where it tells you to begin, and you'll hit that. And then if you haven't done this yet, you'll put in your email. It'll take you to purchase it or not purchase, that kind of thing. And then once you're all the way in, this is what you should see. So this is the virtual lab piece for McGraw-Hill, and notice it's broken down into each week. These won't be opened until the date that it starts, but right now you guys should have access to all 3 of these pieces. This will basically tell you how to do the lab. You can hit this button, it'll take you into the virtual lab tour. It tells you how to move things around, how to do the pieces, and then of course the other 2 elements that are there. And so you'll click into that. It'll tell you that you haven't started it or you want to begin. And again, you have a certain number of attempts for certain things. So make sure that you're giving yourself time to do stuff. You can always start it over if you need to. And so there's it'll take a little bit of time, but it will become a lot easier. And so that's what the McGraw Connect should look like. And once you're done with it, it'll tell you that you're finished, and then it'll click back, and I'll be able to go in and view what you've done. That's pretty much everything here. Again, WebEx is where if you want to talk to me, you can go in there and click into it, and then we can do a meeting if you need to. For the most part, that's pretty much all of the Canvas piece. So again, I'm here to help you. I know I'm not really close to you, but we can make this work. I am excited again to have you. This is unusual to have to do a lab like this, but it's a really great lab and it's really fun. So I hope that you enjoy it as much as I enjoy teaching it. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out if you are having issues or you have questions or you just need help, because that's what I'm here for. I'm excited to get to know you guys and to work with you during the semester, and this is going to be amazing, and you can do it. And again, if you need me, just email me, and the best way to do that is through Canvas. So please ask if you have questions, and don't hesitate. Don't be on your own and be frustrated. Please give me the chance to be your teacher. So with that being said, have a great week, and again, let me know if you need help. Thanks for taking my class, and we'll see you.